railways have always provided the catalyst for countries' industrialization and economic development. Railways contribute to social enthusiasm in addition to market competitiveness by conveying millions of consumers as well as personnel to urban places and villages around the world. In countries that have developed transportation systems, the railway has served as the essential mechanism for accelerating economic growth. Nations such as UK, Germany, India, Japan, China and others have seen a remarkable improvement in the lives of their people, their economic development, with the effective utilization of railways as a major means of transport. According to the Economic Times, one of the fundamental drivers of India's economic transformations have been underpinned by the relish of the railway transport system. Likewise, in Hong Kong, China and Japan, railways are recognized as the mainstay of the nation's transport economy and therefore have developed their authorized lorry transport and public road infrastructure in all-inclusive structure with their railway facilities. In the 1950s, Ghana's railway transport was considered to be one of the best on the continent of Africa. The railway was a major transport connecting to the major cities of the country. Railway transport was very efficient, reliable, affordable and safe. The most important aspect of it was how it refurbished the local economy of traders and the conveyance of agricultural products from the production source to the market centers. Soon after independence, Ghana rolled out a relatively robust railway system that connected the coastal industrial cities to resources-producing areas in the country. Railway transportation stimulated the economic activities of mining, timber and cocoa-growing areas in the country. Throughout the 1950s and 1960s, railways were the most preferred means of transportation among the petty businessmen and women in Ghana. Due to the long years of neglect by successive government, today many people in Ghana have never dreamt of using the railway system as an alternative when it comes to transportation. The transportation system, the TROTRO, is predominantly owned by private owners, hence bridging the gap in our poor transportation system, notwithstanding the government's effort to surge the transport market with buses introduced by successive governments. The country has 947 kilometers of track inherited from the colonial era, with two lines, the Western Line and the Eastern Line. The Western Line runs from Takoradi through Kojikram to Kumasi, while the Eastern Line runs from Tema Accra through Achimota and Nsawam through to Kumasi. In recent times, railways have gained attention in the development discourse of emerging countries, especially in Africa. Ethiopia has reopened its 450-mile colonial-era rail line, with the cost of $3.4 billion fund from Chinese bank. Elsewhere in Kenya, Senegal, Tunisia and Morocco, there are new constructed modern railway system, which are transforming the lives of people in their national economies. Ghana's rail sector has been in shambles for a long time now. Successive governments have pledged to revamp the sector and get it working again. To improve transport and the logistic chain and also accelerate economic growth, Ghana has outdoored a mega railway construction project to connect all the major cities and strategic mineral resource site within the country. The ambitious six-phase master plan project for rehabilitation and construction of new standard gauge railway lines is expected to create over 4,500 kilometers of modern rail network within the next 10 years. The project, estimated to cost about $21.5 billion, is expected to see the country have a world-class efficient train network capable to run at a speed between 120 to 170 kilometers per hour. The project is being financed through the government-owned resources, build, operate, and transfer agreement model with private investors and through Chinese Development Bank credit facility. The Ghanaian government has awarded so far $9 billion wealth contracts to various companies in its quest of achieving an estimate of new 1,400 kilometers rails lines by the end of 2020. Also, negotiations are ongoing for the award of additional contracts for other sections of the rail network, expected to be completed within the next 10 years. The Afghan infrastructure, which won the $500 million contract for the 100 km rail line from Tema to Mpakadan, is expected to complete their construction work by the end of 2020. China Railway Wuju Group Corporation is currently working on the 100 km line between Manso and Dunkwa and another 100 km line between Kumasi and Bechem. The 340 km eastern line, which will connect Accra and Kumasi, the biggest cities in the country, has been awarded to the Ghana European Railway Consortium in a $2.2 billion contract. The construction is currently ongoing and is expected to be completed in 2 years. The project, which is a 27 years build, operate and transfer private investment model agreement, is believed to be founded by the government of Germany and covers the technical infrastructure, electrification, stations, and rolling stock, among others. It is expected that the Ghana government will have a 30% share in the project and 100% transfer to the government after 27 years of operation. Also, the Coastal Railway Network Limited has been awarded the contract for the 570 km Trans-ECOWAS line. The Trans-ECOWAS railway line, a standard gauge line, will commence at Aflao in the east, at the border with Togo, and will head towards the west, along the coast of the Gulf of Guinea, connecting towns such as Aflao, Tema, Accra, Winneba, Cape Coast, Takoradi, Azim, and terminate at Alubo, at the border with the Republic of Côte d'Ivoire. The expansion is in line with the objective of the Economic Community of West African States to link all member states by rail. The project will result in direct rail connectivity with the neighboring states, Togo and Republic of Côte d'Ivoire, to boost trade and facilitate economic growth and development in the West African countries affected by the project. It will also facilitate the achievement of the broad objective of the Union of African Railways to link member countries by rail. The Ghana government recently announced awarding $560 million contract for the 107 km rail line between Takoradi Harbour and Huni Valley to Amendi Holding Limited. The mega railway project in Ghana is expected to connect the country to its 3 neighboring countries. There's also a special agreement between Ghana and Burkina Faso for the 1,200 km line between Tema in Ghana and Ouagadougou, the capital city of Burkina Faso. Rail transport has a crucial role in shaping a country's future and has emerged as one of the most dependable modes of transport in terms of safety. Trains are fast and the least affected by usual weather turbulences like rain or fog, compared to other transport mechanisms. A good railway system in Ghana will be an enabler of economic progress and can be used to mobilize goods as well as people within the country. It will open up remote regions as well as give easy access to natural resources locations and help speed up the industrialization within the country.